The first thing that I'm going to say for this week's vlog is I'm sorry that it's not being delivered on the date that I promised. I've just been sat around waiting for the weather to do something and didn't really want to drive from southern England all the way up to Scotland just for a day or so just to get something to present in a vlog. Where am I this morning? Well, I'm stood on the water meadows of the river Windrush, which is just outside the little Cotswold town of Burford. And behind me you can see there's the little church spire there. It's a classic kind of view. Now why am I here? Am I here to do the Cotswolds and waltz around the Cotswolds for a day? Actually no, I'm not. I'm on my way to one of England's greatest Gothic cathedrals. This morning I have been given special permission to be able to photograph inside Gloucester Cathedral. So if you're a fan of Harry Potter, stay tuned, as I'll be trying to do my best to do the building justice, as from what I've seen it looks amazing, and I'm very grateful to Gloucester Cathedral who have given me the permission to be able to photograph inside some very special places. So until then I'm going to see if I can work this scene a bit more and maybe explain what it is I'm doing, see if I might be able to find a different angle or so. It's not the best, to be honest, but as I've never been here before, I thought I'd give it a try this morning, and as I was just on my way to Gloucester, so you know, that's what's going on today. Having had a little bit of a wander around the scene, I decided to go back to my original position. So what is it that attracts me to this particular position? It's that meander in the river that's going up there, and I really wanted to do something with it, and tried with my tilt shift lens and the extender to try and frame the bottom of the image with the reeds there. What's the problem? This negative space in here really frustrated me. So I've put the Canon 28-70 on my camera and then zoomed in, so I'm not sure you can be able to see on the live view there, but the bottom of the image is basically around there. So it's not cutting off the bottom of the spire, and there's not so much negative space here, which is a lot more pleasing to me, and I feel a lot more satisfied that I know when I come back at another time to do this, when it's a certainly better light, I know exactly where to come, where to stand, and also the lens that I should be using. Now the only other frustrating thing with this is when you're shooting this particular location, dawn is pretty much, you're looking into dawn, and it's actually quite a high contrast scene at the moment, so even with the grads on there, it's still not holding back the sky enough to be able to give a balanced exposure. I think I've got something, but I'm not sure. The other frustrating thing is it looks as though it's starting to cloud over, and they did say it would be quite nice this morning. What can I do? Not a lot, but I'm going to start packing up and going to wander around and see if there is anything else, and then I'm going to make my way to Gloucester for my appointment at the cathedral. I made it to Gloucester Cathedral, and I'm going to say first of all a big thank you to Gloucester Cathedral for actually giving me the permission to be here and to be photographing inside the cathedral. It's a fantastic privilege, and I really can't thank you enough. Now what have we got behind me? It is the nave, of course, and then behind that is the choir, and I believe it's one of the biggest stained glass windows, certainly in the United Kingdom or also in Europe. And I think, as I said earlier, Harry Potter was filmed here, so just to my right is the cloisters. So I walked through there this morning. It looked absolutely amazing, and I cannot wait to get in there to be able to photograph the cloisters and just to see what I can get out of this building. So first of all, what I'm going to do is start with the nave and then just work my way around and see what it is that I can do. Just to give you a quick idea of what it is that I've done here with the nave of Gloucester Cathedral. So you can see there's the chairs here, and then on each side is part of a column, and what I wanted to do is just make sure that I included some kind of framing on the side, just to make the image kind of nice and rounded. Technical wise, there's a Canon 6D with a 1.4 extender and the Canon 24mm TSE Mark II lens on the front there, keep everything bolt upright. It's a typical kind of nave shot for me, really. However, today what I am going to be doing is, just turn it back on again, might be able to point it out. Up here is the organ, and I'm going to be allowed to go up where the organ is to be able to shoot down this, the other direction of the nave, and also I can shoot into the choir to see if I can get that huge stained glass window that's in there. So this is just the beginning, so you will be seeing some really spectacular architecture throughout this vlog today. This is the famous cloisters in Gloucester Cathedral, and as you can see behind me, hopefully you can see there if I just move out the way, it is absolutely spectacular if you get the light in here. I'm very lucky today the sun is out. A nice echo in here, which is pretty cool too. But it's very hard not to look at that architecture and just be wowed. It's stunning. When I first walked in here this morning, I actually came in the entrance, it's just down there to my left, and it just looks amazing. So I'm going to see what I can do with this. One of the things I am doing is just shooting straight down here. One of the things I do with cloisters is actually shoot from the corner, looking down one way to the other. And it gives you a different perspective on things. So I'm just going to go on and see what I can do with this absolutely stunning piece of architecture. I'll just give you a quick rundown of how it is I've composed it. Now, when I first arrived, what I didn't notice was the stained glass window here. It's actually the only stained glass window in all the windows that are going down this part of the cloister. Now what I've done is I've put there's a doorway at the end and put that on the bottom third there, and then try to make sure all the lines are leading down so that they're going in, and they're all lining up and leading you in towards this image. Now something I am having to do is an HDR, because the light on this back window here is it's just too bright for the camera, so I'm having to take several exposures and then I have to blend them together later on in either Photoshop or Lightroom, but that's not a problem. So that's one particular way that I might approach the cloister. Let's move on to the next way that I'm going to do the cloisters here in Gloucester Cathedral. This is the other way that I would approach a cloister, looking to my left, looking to my right. Behind the camera that's recording this, my digital SLR is actually jammed into the corner just to try and get as much field of view that I can. Now what I am going to do in a minute is do a panorama if I can, and try and include as much to my left, to my right, to my right, and see how much that I can do with it. I might even change lenses to see what it is that I can do. I prefer it on the tilt shift just to get a bit more of the perspective, but I should see what I can do. But at the moment it's just looking around, it's pretty damn good, so let's get on with the job in hand. I've turned the video camera around just to give you an idea of how I've set up doing a panorama, what I'm hoping is going to be a good panorama of the cloister. So as you can see, the camera is jammed into the corner there. The centre column is not right up, but it's nearly right up. And what I've done is I've got my 24mm tilt shift on there, and it's not shifting up or down, it's actually shifting left to right to be able to get the panorama across the field of vision. There's also a bit of front tilt on there to be able to bring the perspective back in as the camera is actually tilted up slightly. So hopefully what I have done is going to work. The only thing I do have to have is a little patience until I get back home to be able to put it on a big screen and see if it joins together or not. So it's going to be an HDR pano going from left to right, showing in two halves of this cloister here. I've come to the end of my day at Gloucester Cathedral. I would just like to say a huge thank you to Gloucester Cathedral for accommodating me at such short notice. To be able to come in here and to be able to photograph this beautiful English Gothic cathedral at such short notice is absolutely amazing. If you're ever passing by Gloucester, you really should drop into this place. It's just out of this world architecture. It's amazing to see what was done quite a few centuries ago without modern machinery. Just absolutely blown away. Now what I am going to say is a huge thank you to everybody that subscribed over the last few weeks. A huge thank you to people that keep commenting on the work that it is that I do and appreciating what it is that I do. So until next week or next time, thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.